lights right at the front of the garage. So we're going to do on each side of the garage door, we're going to highlight the brick with a couple of LED lights. And then also we're going to just light the pathway and the actual entrance to the house here. So pretty simple job, but I'm going to try and show you a few steps of how we do it so that you can kind of see how it unfolds. So if we take a walk over here, so like I said, we're going to do lights that are going to wash the brick here, and then down the pathway here, we're going to put in some lights that would slightly angle outwards, not so much to wash the brick, but more functional to highlight the interlock so that you can safely walk in this way. And then we're going to do another one right here. The idea is that the lights aren't too far apart so that the light will overlap so you don't get any dark spots. And then we're going to do another one right over here, right excuse me, in the center. And this will angle out slightly, and what that's going to do is light the actual steps so that you can see where you're walking up to at night. And then we're going to do another one back here, which is going to flood this area with light, and then also wash the wall. So the idea is that you're going to have a fairly bright entranceway, so that this will guide you in at night, and you'll see clearly what you need to see to safely enter them. We're actually going to be removing the eaves troughs and the fascia in order to gain easier access to the soffits, and plus they've got problems with the eaves troughs and fascia here anyway, with some caulking and stuff that was done underneath. So we're going to remove that to make our job easier, plus give them new eaves troughs and fascia. But what we'll try and do is do a couple of lights as if we're going to keep that in place, so you can actually see how you would fish the wire along if you're not removing the hole saw with 2 1/8 inch bit. And then you just carefully start your hole, and once you have your actual measurements where you want it to go, we're going to go about halfway between the fascia and the brick here. If you're doing an actual wall wash, you probably want to be about 6 or 8 inches from the brick would be fine in order to wash the brick. But here we're going to go directly center, because we're going to tip these lights and illuminate the walkway. So Nick's going to drill the hole. Our hole cut in the soffit, and we fished our wire up the side of the garage and over the soffit because the ceiling in there is open. So now we actually have access to our wire, our feed wire that's in the garage. So the thing is that in order to continue this wire down along the soffits, the fascia is actually a good place to hold the wire. If you're doing this project yourself and you don't want to take all the fascias off, then you can fish this wire on top of the soffit so that it gets to this area here, and then you just lay the wire in this underneath the fascia channel all the way along. So that's the way that you can do this to get to light the light. Another way that you can do it is use a wire fish and fish the wire into the next hole, but it's a little bit difficult with a normal fish because it sticks on all the bumps, so it's not exactly easy. So if you're trying to run the wire yourself all the way around the house, it's nice to fit it right in the fascia channel. So we got the pre-wire done. Once the fascias are off, the fascia boards up there, it's very easy to fish the wire along the front of the soffits. And then each time you come to a hole, you just pull a little bit of wire down. So we got wire down each one of our holes. You can kind of see where our wire is running along the soffits. Our fascia, when we put our new aluminum fascia on, it's going to come down and hide that. And it's just a matter of fishing the wire back to come to our 2 other holes that are going to be for the entrance lights here. Keep in mind, usually with verandas and stuff like this, there are beams running through there. So you don't want to cut a hole right into one of those beams, or you're going to have some problems, of course, fitting your pot light in. So if you're unsure, like here, we can easily see what's under there because we have the fascias off. But if you're unsure, you can drill a tiny little 1/8 hole first, and then stick a wire up in there and spin it around just to make sure there's no obstructions there, because you need some clearance to snap the pot lights in. So that'll save you some trouble there. So we got the wiring in, and we'll take a look at the front. got each light wired down through the soffits for each side of the garage, and then also the garage is super easy to do because the ceiling's wide open in there, so we just fish wire right over the top of the garage door and then come out and down over for that light there. So this is a bit as basic and as simple as a system as we can do because we have access to the garage. So in other cases too on homes, you can also get into the attic space and also run wire through the attic and then come down through into the soffits as well. So kind of the same thing as having an open ceiling in the garage, but you'd be up in the attic.